nothing against the Swedish people whatsoever, but you guys gotta explain that one. I need at least one person from Sweden to tell me if we did something wrong, maybe we're misinterpreting things, but it ain't right.
If there's something below an S, that's where it's going.
You know, that's the first time I saw Sophia shed a tear on this channel. Unfortunately, it has the strongest F tier we've ever given on this channel. What it means is, unfortunately, Sir Stroming is getting F tier. Next up, we have made it to jellied eels from the UK. Jellied eels are a classic dish from London dating back to the 1800s and made by boiling then cooling eels into jelly. Once a cheap working class food, the slippery texture has made it infamous among modern families. And these right here are the eels. To be honest, this thing looks very similar to a snake, but I will say, just based on feeling it, it seems like there is a lot of meat on it. It doesn't really have fins, but it does have a tail. What's crazy is that eels are technically considered fish. Step one, to make our jellied eels, you're going to slice them into little pieces, roughly this size right here. The meat on the inside looks surprisingly white and clean. For a pot, we'll add some onion, carrot, parsley and bay leaves, black peppercorns and nutmeg, a squeeze of lemon and some salt, and finally we will add in our beautiful pieces of meat. And from here, we'll just let that slowly simmer for about 3 minutes. The broth has a really pleasant, light, aromatic smell to it. These pieces of eel feel super gelatinous and tender. So to finish up, we start by throwing our pieces of eel in a separate jar. Finally, we pour that strained, collagen-rich eel stock right over our eel, and we'll let it chill in the fridge. When they say jellied eels, they weren't lying. Just check out that jigger. There is just so much collagen in the eels that's broken down into gelatin. Let's see if I can grab one here. Oh, wow. Crazy. It really is just like eel jelly. You can see how the actual eel meat is super soft at this point. Texturally, that soft eel combined with the gelatinous jelly. This one should be interesting. Finishing with a little bit of British malt vinegar and just a touch of white pepper, and it's finally time to eat.
It looks like one of those ice cubes with the stuff inside.
A little bit of white pepper and malt vinegar.
Really weird.
Surprisingly very white looking fish.
But if you load anything up with enough vinegar, it's not bad.
I agree. I think that vinegar is saving the day right now.
Yeah.
I'm kind of enjoying this.
All in all, it's pretty good.
I was worried it was super fishy, but it's not.
How do I rate this though? Because the only reason I'm giving it a good score is because of the vinegar. But that's part of the dish, right? I'm gonna give it an A.
I'm giving it an answer. I cannot believe how much I enjoyed jellied eels.
I'm not quite at an A here. I'm gonna go with a solid C.
What it means is our jellied eels are landing at a surprisingly high B tier. Perhaps the most divisive food in the country, it's time for natto from Japan. Natto is a traditional Japanese food made from fermented soybeans. The smell, sticky texture, and stringy appearance is highly divisive, but it is highly nutritious and commonly enjoyed for breakfast in Japan. Full disclosure, I've had natto several times. It's actually Bayashi's favorite food, believe it or not. Every time I've had it, it has not gone well, so it is going to take a miracle for this one to rank. There's some mustard, as well as a little bit of sauce, and this right here is the natto. It's very fermented, it's very bitter smelling. I consider myself a very adventurous eater. Mixing it up, you can see how it has this spider-webby texture. It is unlike anything I've ever seen before. And
Sorry
just
for
like a
that.
spiderweb, these little strands, they just get everywhere. They're so sticky, they're so weird. Go in with both of the sauces and give that a really good mix. Oh man, the more I stir it, the more it looks like snot or something. Like, what is this, man? Ooh. Honestly, I'm not feeling confident about the flavor of this natto, but if there's one thing that can fix it, that would, of course, be stir. Yes, we will be making a natto fried stir. Just completely covering in that sticky, icky natto. Despite the texture, it does have some nice, deep fermented flavor, so
They fry fighting
that
me.
it'll
Now they're
actually
dead.
tastes good. And just like that,
Body
we'll
bag
dry
and
it
all.
for a few weeks.
Well,
What are you doing here, man? What are you doing in my shop? What am I doing in your shop? What are you doing in my shop? Yeah. Do you see how I look? I am from the future. Nice haircut. What are you talking about? Look at me. It's not even dry age. Things not even dry age yet. Come on. Like, yeah, go. Either way, it has been 3 weeks and our steak is looking good. We got a pretty nice looking dry exterior, but what I'm most interested in seeing is whether or not that natto is actually fully dried out. But those natto fermented beans on top are super weird now, partially dry and kind of remind me of like raisins. They are still extremely sticky. See if we can slice this thing. Inside actually looks phenomenal. I am super excited to see how this tastes. Remove the pellicle and simply seasoning with just salt and black pepper, and we'll sear until we develop that perfect golden brown crust. And it looks absolutely picture perfect. That super juicy looking interior. I'm dying to see how this one came out. And we'll serve our steak next to some traditional natto that we'll throw right on top of some rice, green onion, and then yes, a raw egg yolk right on top. Needless to say, this one should be interesting. Natto dry aged steak. It's got some slightly strange bitter undertone, but I enjoy that steak. It's not bad.
I don't know if it's helping the steak.
Let's move over to the actual natto. Hayashi, we're doing this one for you. Somehow.
Oh, dude, it is everywhere.
Not a fan. The bitterness kind of reminds me of molasses, but the texture is just so off-putting.
For me, it's the aftertaste. When I breathe in now, all I can taste is like deep, fermented, bittery, like tree bark.
The thing is, Japan has some of the best food known to man, but unfortunately, natto for me is gonna be a no. I can't even eat it.
I am with you. I'm going out.
I give it a D, because the initial bite I actually kind of liked, then it hit me.
Why don't you have to bite a natto, Kyle?
God.
If you're from Japan, let us know down in the comments. Did we do something wrong? Is it just an acquired taste? Let us know. But either way, sadly, natto is getting. And next up, we have made it to lutefisk from Norway. Can you smell it? Lutefisk is a traditional Scandinavian dish made from dried fish soaked in a chemical called lye, known for its jelly-like texture and pungent smell. I've read that many who dislike it seem to have cooked it wrong, so I'm giving this dish my absolute best shot. First thing I notice is the texture of the fish appears to be very unique. Looks like it's almost spongy and kind of falling apart. See what we got. Whoa. This is unlike any fish I've ever held. Just look at all that liquid coming out. Spongy, but still quite firm. The flesh of the fish looks
from
crystallized.
all,
Step one, we'll
if you
slice
see it,
some nice
you
little
see it
servings
very
like this,
small,
and we'll get 'em cooked.
but
And as next step
but
is
these
apparently
fills,
super important for
if I
texture,
use a coin,
hit it with a pretty good
that's
amount
the
of
thing
salt.
sound,
What
that means it's
essentially
done.
happening is dry grind.
Thing.
After thoroughly coating each piece, we'll get it in the fridge for a couple hours.
Alright,
Just like
well,
that, in a couple hours, and our lutefisk should be ready to go. Wow, just take a look at how much liquid has come off of that fish since we salted it. The fish feels a bit more firm, definitely still very waterlogged. Gave them a quick rinse, now they go into a pan. They do feel a bit fragile, but still holding together pretty nicely. Now just a touch more salt, a bit of black pepper, tin foil on, and we'll get it in the oven. And just like that, it's been 30 minutes, and it should be done. Wow, they've shrunk in size dramatically. They've actually picked up some decent golden color. It really doesn't look that bad. The plate, we have some authentic Norwegian bread. What I understand, you kind of just roll it up like so. Looks like this awesome giant burrito wrap. A couple boiled potatoes. Next, we have some buttery mashed peas. A little bit of mustard. A couple pieces of that beautiful lutefisk fish. Perhaps most importantly, we have some crispy bacon cooked down in butter. And we are absolutely loading up
got
Make
some
sure that
bosses
those
who
potatoes
hunt.
finish it with just a touch of allspice over the top. And there it is, some lutefisk that I hope is fit for a king. We have made it to Norway. It's time for lutefisk. We literally have no idea what to expect here. I like this.
I really like this. The texture, the flavor, everything about it.
And the bacon and the butter just complements so well with that fish. It's an amazing bite.
I don't know why people are doing this. There's no off flavors.
My guess is if you just take this straight out of the pack and eat it like a normal piece of fish, it's probably really fishy.
It's almost like regular cod, but the texture is a little bit different. There's something to it that's like spongy, but good.
But it's kind of good though. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like a satisfying, spongy flavor. But I think it's a very solid egg.
It's an A for me.
I have to go ask you.
Really?
Wow. It is so good. I wish you could all try it.
What it all means is lutefisk is getting an incredibly high A tier. The time is here. We have made it to stinky tofu from China. Stinky tofu is a fermented tofu dish that I've seen when I lived in Asia, and let's just say you immediately know when you're close to a stinky tofu food stand because the smell is intense. Apparently it tastes better than it smells, but we'll the 6 full-size passions. A car that doesn't elevate everyone's experience is a car that stops short of amazing.
Say goodbye to hard-to-reach hairs. The Venus Cubic Razor with a common curve handle helps you reach thin hair. Venus.
Yay!
Leave no sale behind with the world's best converting checkout from Shopify. Say goodbye to abandoned carts and hello to chains in every channel. When it's time to sell more,
How long
it's
has
time to
we
Shopify.
been going
Start your free trial
for?
today.
We've all been there. Instead of bringing a $500 monitor, you just use one. It gives you full control over 4,000 PC games. Slide up your damage, max out your health, speed things up, or make the game harder except your
You might not know this, but tofu does not rank high on my list of favorite foods. Let's find out if making it stinky will help the cause. Someone tells me it won't. Step 1, we will take slices. Oh yeah, check out that beautiful medium rare on that. And that is what we're looking for. And one more slice right across. For our stinky component, we got this stuff right here. This is Chinese fermented bean curd, and it is very easy to open. Just like that. Now, ooh! It smells stinky. Basically, these cubes of already fermented tofu, you can kind of think of it as the starter for what we're about to make. We'll add a bunch of these extremely funky pieces of tofu to a bowl. It's almost like cheese, or just like the stinkiest cheese you've ever smelled. Now we assemble our stinky tofu brine, adding in some of this liquid, all that mashed up fermented tofu, some Shaoxing cooking wine, bit of rice wine vinegar, salt, garlic. We'll give that a good mix, then add in the tofu, just kind of filling up our container. Finally, just topping it off with water. We'll get that sealed, and now to really develop those stinky tofu flavors, it's into the fridge to ferment for about a week. And just like that, it's been 7 days, and our stinky tofu is officially stinky. Gently removing our stinky tofu, and just making sure to pat extremely dry for better caramelization. To cook our stinky tofu, I'd like to introduce the sponsor of today's video, Tiger. We're cooking in the Dome 2 air fryer. 360-degree heating technology that cooks from the top and bottom of the food. Our tofu will evenly crisp up unlike any other air fryer. Dual temperature sensors and massive surface area, you can fit way more and flip way less. There's 15 cooking functions, including bacon, pizza, air frying toast. It can even grill a steak, covering nearly every cooking move. The Tiger Dome 2 is even self-cleaning, decomposing grease and residue on the upper heating unit at 500 degrees Fahrenheit, so I can put all my energy into cooking inside